So this should come as a surprise to absolutely nobody, but there is another Juice WRLD album on the way. Lil Bibby recently announced it on his Instagram with the infamous line, "coming soon." And if you are at all tapped in with the Juice WRLD community, you know that coming soon basically just means not for a really long fucking time, but someday. Like, keep in mind, this is the same team that was supposed to drop The Party Never Ends in around 2021, and that shit did not see the light of day until November of 2024. And on top of that, it was low-key kind of a disappointment. So yeah, if I'm being completely honest here, I don't really have a lot of faith for this album. My expectations are not exactly high because, my god, these guys cannot curate a track list for the life of them. Legends Never Die, which dropped in 2020, was honestly a very decent project. It was a good tribute to the life of Juice WRLD, and overall it was very respectful. Then Fighting Demons came out and it was kinda just meh, and The Party Never Ends was supposed to drop before that album actually, and I'm sure everyone watching is very familiar with how that story turned out. This was supposed to be like the posthumous album. It was supposed to showcase everything that Juice WRLD was able to do as an artist. The sad music he was mainly known for, the more experimental stuff he was working on, the more turned up party shit, basically all of it culminated in one album. And what we ended up getting in the end was one, Too Little Too Late. Like, the hype for this album was at an all-time high back in 2022, 2023, and then they just ended up putting it off so long that it just kind of underperformed. And two, not exactly as good as it could have been. Like, let's be so for real here for a second, what in the fuck is this promo video? Just honestly the messiest rollout of all time. It came and went. Only really dedicated Juice WRLD fans were even streaming this project. Then they just got bored of it and went back to listening to leaks. I mean, the numbers should honestly speak for themselves, what people really thought about this album. And this was supposed to be the last Juice WRLD album to come out. But I guess they decided to say, fuck that, let's try and do it one more time. Now, we do actually know a little bit about this album and the backstory behind it. Juice WRLD himself came up with the title, and this was actually the project that he was working on all the way up until his death in 2019. The existence of this album is actually something that we have known since 2020, because Ali Lottie, Juice WRLD's ex-girlfriend, ended up talking about it on an IG live stream. And this was kinda before she turned into a weird clout goblin, so I'd say at least back then she is a pretty credible source when it comes to this. But here's where the problem starts. That album, or at least that version of the album, was originally intended to drop sometime in 2020, and it ended up getting pushed back in favor of the Legends Never Die album. Then obviously Fighting Demons and The Party Never Ends ended up happening, and now here we are in the big 2026 talking about this album actually seeing the light of day. And honestly, my take on this is a bit pessimistic, but I think they're gonna fuck this up. I mean, just the mismanagement of Juice WRLD's legacy over the last couple of years from his estate should be a pretty telling sign of the product that we're gonna end up getting. I mean, I guess the only positive thing that I can say about this album coming out is that at least they have the material to actually make a cohesive project. Because, I mean, everybody knows Juice WRLD has thousands of unreleased songs. I mean, the guy would pop his perks and just record song after song after song. So yeah, it's definitely at least not gonna be like an X situation where they just try to make an album out of absolutely nothing. But at the same time, my confidence in their ability to actually curate a good track list, or at least release something that is relatively close to the original vision that Juice WRLD had for it, is just at an all-time low. But regardless, in 3 years' time, when this album actually does end up coming out, after like 7 delays, 3 scrap versions of the project, and the entire thing being leaked online, I'm obviously going to check it out. I mean, I hope they don't fuck it up. They probably are going to. I'm gonna keep my expectations realistic. But yeah, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Another Juice WRLD album coming out. The Outsiders. Do you think it's gonna be good? Do you think it's gonna be mid? Let me know down in the comments below. And really quickly before I end off today's video, I gotta address the elephant in the room. It has been over a year since I've uploaded, and yeah, I don't really have a good enough reason, but just let it be known I have a lot of free time now, and expect a lot of content to be dropping on this channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go.